Okay, good afternoon, Mrs. Xu Xueyuan. My name is Benny Flores from Revista MÁS para Todos. I would like to welcome Your Excellency to be here in this program today. And there is some question that I would like to ask about. I would like you to tell me how is the town where you come from. If you can talk to us a little bit about the special dish of your town.
Okay, thank you, Benny. I'd like to have a very interesting dialogue with you. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I'm from Zhejiang Province, the capital city of Zhejiang Province, Hangzhou. Hangzhou is a very, very beautiful southern town, which is very famous for the West Lake. It's a huge, very scenic lake. And the city itself is also very advanced at high-tech, especially e-commerce. So maybe you know Alibaba. I know many Panamanian people buy things from Alibaba. Yes. So Alibaba's headquarters is located in my hometown.
Oh, I see. It's very interesting.
Yes.
And if you can tell us a little bit about the dishes, the special dish of your town.
The special dish, the food. Oh, okay. Yeah, China has a variety of different cuisines. My hometown food is famous for fish courses or duck courses and chicken courses. Yes, and the taste of the food is mild. Not too salty, not too sweet, and I like the food at my hometown very much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We would like to know, what is now that you've been here in Panama, how long you've been here in Panama, and what is the particular dish from our country that you really like here in Panama?
Oh, I arrived Panama in March, so I've been here for more than half a year. Even before I came, I was told that Chinese food is very popular in this country, and there is a saying there's no more famous breakfast than Chinese breakfast. So very popular. So the local Chinese food mainly is from Cantonese style.
Okay.
Yes. There are lots of restaurants that are very good at preparing those kind of food. I think maybe Longfeng. Many local people goes to Longfeng very often, and also China Panda. And also there is a small Chinese restaurant which is called China Bistro in downtown area. So if you would like to taste some real authentic Chinese food, you can choose those places.
Nice, very nice. I would like to ask you a few questions about, now that you are in the diplomacy and everything, what is one of the more happiness time in the diplomacy that you have for how many years you've been in diplomacy?
I think the part of being a diplomat that makes me feel happy the most is I have a lot of chances to make friends with people in other countries. So since my arrival here in Panama City, I have been trying my best to make as many friends as possible. Friends working at the government, at local level, in the business community, at the media, and also people like you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to meet you. There is some question that I would like to ask you, and one of them is, what are the main international agreements in which China participates, and how have they impacted these foreign relations?
Well, as a founding member of the United Nations and also one of the 5 members of the UN Permanent Security Council members, China has been playing a very, very active role in promoting international system and international order. we think the most important norm of the international system and international order is the UN Charter. And China has also endorsed or joined more than 200 international agreements, multilateral agreements. And we have become members of hundreds of international organizations because we believe China as a big country in size and in population, and also the leading developing country, we have the obligation to uphold the basic principles of the international order and have to make sure that peace and stability and development will be can be achieved. And I would like to give you an example of the importance of China being a member of it, which is the Paris Agreement. This is agreement supporting the reduction of emission and also the promotion of the protection of the environment. And since China joins this agreement, we have made huge achievements, both domestically and also internationally, in terms of helping other countries to overcome the negative impact caused by climate change.
Very interesting. One of the other questions that we would like to ask you is, how is the regional cooperation carried out in Asia, and what role does China play in regional integration initiative?
Well, China itself is a country, is an Asian country. We are located in Asia, so we certainly prioritize our relationship with our neighbors. We have lots of neighbors, right? In the east side, we have Japan, Korea, North Korea, DPRK, and in the southern area, we have the ASEAN countries and the Central Asian countries, and also South Asia countries. And we always attach great importance to support the integration efforts promoted by regional countries, especially ASEAN countries. Mm-hmm. And there is a dialogue mechanism between China and all 10 ASEAN countries. We carry out dialogues with them on many issues, political, economic, security, etc. So take the example of economic development. China entered into agreement, free trade agreement with ASEAN countries, members, which is called RCEP, RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. And China has been the major trading partner for ASEAN country as a group, as a bloc, and also vice versa for the previous 15 years. So we're very supportive for the regional integration, and we make contribution to it.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also, what is the political structure of China, and what programs are being implemented to strengthen democracy and citizen participation in China?
China adopts socialism, so it is different from capitalism. But the structure of Chinese government is not much different from other countries. Mm-hmm. We have a executive branch, which is led by the State Council, and we also have a legislative body, which is the National People's Congress. Mm-hmm. And we also have a separate Supreme Court and related judicial system. But one thing which is very different from other countries is we also have a body that is comprised of VIPs, influencers, very influential people from all walks of life. We're ruled by the Communist Party, right? But the member of that body, they are not Communist Party members, but they they are the distinguished representative of all walks of life in China. And it is called the Political Consultative Conference. It is established soon after the founding of the People's Republic of China, and it is a very important political branch of China. It provides advisors and ideas of development for the ruling party to help it to better govern the society and the people. And many foreigners are very interested in the selection of leaders, especially our leaders in China. They say, well, China does not have a general election. But in our opinion, that China adopts a whole process, people's democracy. Mm-hmm. I would like to emphasize several features of this whole process, people's democracy. First, it puts people at the center, which means whatever you do have to serve the people's needs. Secondly, it is led by the the Communist Party of China. Well, as I said earlier, that China only has one ruling party, which means the Communist Party of China represents the whole population. We have 1.4 billion people. Not in some countries, there are two competing parties. For example, in the United States, they have Democrats and Republicans. But in China, we have the Communist Party. But in those countries that have two or more than two parties, so one party, I think, only can represent half of the population, or 1/3, or 1/4, or 1/5 of the population. But the Communist Party of China represent the whole population. And many international organizations actually did some polls on the popularity of the Chinese government. Well, for 10 consecutive years, it reached more than 90%. The popularity reached more than 90%. But since it's a index reflects the popularity of the government, but since China is ruled by only one party, you can also analyze it as a reflection of the popularity the Communist Party of China enjoys in its own country. Yeah.
Okay. Also, what is China's economic situation and how was this influence globally?
Well, China is a huge economy. Well, since 1978, we started to adopt the opening and the reform and opening policy. So by adopting this policy, China has been able to make huge economic leap, economic development. But in these years, in the past 1 decade or more or less, the speed of the economic development has been slowing down, and it used to reach as high as like 99% or 10%. But now the current, for example, now we are in October, so the latest number we got is from January to August of this year. The GDP growth reached 5%. Although comparatively speaking, compared with ourselves, what we achieved before, the speed slowed down quite significantly. Yeah, but actually China's economy is still the best among the major world economies, right? And also more importantly, the quality of the economy has been tremendously improved. What does that mean? For example, before, China's economy was mostly relied on labor-intensive industries. We produce lots of garments, shoes, toys, etc. We still produce it, but now we focus more on high technology, and we produce more value-added products. And also, we attach great importance to the protection of environment, because it is about the future generations' well-being, right? It's about our children and grandchildren. We cannot sacrifice the environment in order to continue to keep very high-speed development. But with this transformation, China's economic model has changed. Well, and for example, now China become the largest producer of the electric vehicle in the world, and actually many electric vehicles made in China are sold in Panama. I know local people like those vehicles very much, like Geely, BYD, etc., etc. So now we can provide more value-added products. And China is also developing the concept of new quality productivity. What does that mean? New quality means greener, more integrated, with a more innovation-driven type of economy. For example, low-altitude economy. I don't know if you're familiar with this concept. Low-altitude. Mm-hmm. We have the ground transportation, for example, and we have the plane at a very high altitude. But between these two, we have the low-altitude space that can be used. So we develop lots of technologies on developing drones. We use drones to transport people and the goods. So this is a new area China is looking at. So this is just a very, very typical example of what new quality productivity means. So with those efforts to transform China's economy into a more innovation-driven and more greener type of economy, we are pretty sure that China's economy will continue to grow and continues to grow in a very sustainable and healthy way. And it will continue to make contribution to the world economy because over the past decades, China has been the major engine of the world economy. And our contribution to the world economy accounts for about 30%. So we will continue to support globalization, and also we hope that the continuous development of China's economy will bring about more development opportunities for other countries, including Panama.
It's very good to hear that. What scientific and technological advance has China achieved in recent years, and what is the position in space race and technological innovation?
Well, technology and innovation is a very important part of the development we have achieved over the past 4+ decades. One of the very important reasons why we were able to make some achievements in this area is the Chinese government has been making huge investment into it. So the result is very positive. According to a report released by the International Intellectual Property Rights Organization, they have a annual report about the innovation index of major countries. For the second year, China has been listed as the top country in that report. And we are very good now, achieved lots of growth and achievements, made lots of achievements in the areas like the space science, and also deep sea and deep water exploration, and quantum computing, and large aeroplanes, and satellite launching, and also biotechnology. Pharmaceutical biotechnology, and also green energy. And in terms of space science, we are very proud of it. Now, China operates the only space station in the world. And also, Chinese scientists, Chinese spacemen have landed on the dark side of the moon, which is a very, very important step to explore the moon. And we are also in the process of exploring the Mars. And in this area, we support international cooperation. We do not want to keep everything just for ourselves. We think the space belongs to the whole world, and we need to collaborate with other countries to better explore, and to better development, and to better use the space for the welfare of the human society, for human being. So we promote international cooperation on space science, and we also strongly support the peaceful use of space. And actually, several months ago, a Chinese lab on space science signed agreement with a Panamanian research institution, which provides very unique opportunities for Panamanian researchers to share some information with their Chinese counterparts. So with this, we hope that we can help to promote the spirit of science and technology and innovation development in this country, in Panama.
Very good to hear that. Could you please tell us what strategies are being implemented to promote international trade, and who are China's main trading partners?
Well, China is a big trader. We have around 240 trading partners, and 140 of them are, China is the major trading partner for 140 of the total. And Panama is one of them, actually. China has been a major trading partner for Panama for many, many years. And our major trading partners include the ASEAN countries, as I said earlier, and EU, the European Union members as a bloc, and then the United States. These are the top three. And in recent years, with the promotion of the Belt and Road Initiative, China has been enhance its trading relationship with countries that joined the initiative. This initiative was introduced 11 years ago. Okay. Yeah. So 150 countries and 30 international organizations have joined this initiative. It's an initiative introduced or promoted by China, but the effort to build the Belt and Road actually are collective. China consult with, for example, our neighbor Mongolia, our neighbors like the Laos. So through those consultations, lots of projects have been started and or finished. Actually, 3,000 projects. And trade between China and those countries actually are huge. And actually, the number is tremendous. 1.9 trillion US dollars. And also, two-way investment reached 380 billion US dollars. So by promoting this initiative, we have been able to achieve more in terms of international trade. And China is also a member of WTO, and we support free trade. We support globalization. We think it is very important.
Very interesting. One of our final question is, what measures have been taken to promote sustainable development and protect the environment in China?
Yes, I said that we learned some lessons from our previous experience. For example, in the 1990s, our major goal was to achieve very fast, very high economic growth. So we made some sacrifice our environment. But with the promotion of environmental protection, China's government started to adopt a very different policy. So especially after the current president, Mr. Xi Jinping, took office, he has always been promoting this idea of lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets, this concept. Which means that we must protect the nature. We only have one Earth, one globe. We are a member of the Paris Agreement. We made our commitment, and we made huge progress in our country domestically. And we created a concept of 1+N system to make sure that all policies, all actions will be in line with our goal to reduce carbon emission. 1+N, 1 means, actually some major umbrella policies drafted and passed at the central level. N means a series of actions at provincial level and local level to be adopted to make sure that in many areas, like in the energy area, in transportation area, in urban development area, in rural development area, that all the actions that will be taken will lead to the goal that we can we promised, we committed ourselves in the Paris Agreement. For example, we made two major promises. One is before 2030, and we are going to reach carbon keeping. And before the end of 2060, 2060, we are going to reach carbon neutrality. So in order to achieve these two goals, lots of actions, measures needs to be adopted.
We want to thank you for the visit in this podcast from the Revista MÁS para Todos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the visit.